You know, it's actually pretty interesting how most people that play these competitive fighting games, such as Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, etc., not only times they play online, have a good old time. Of course, there'll be some name calling going back and forth, but majority of the times they pretty much show love to each other because it's just a game. Not according to DSP. For some strange reason, he likes to come up with these crazy ass theories of his that makes no absolute sense. And you're probably looking at me saying, Vanguard, what are you talking about? What are you rambling about? Well, let's get into it, shall we? Let's go check out what Spill's new theory is today, shall we? We're gonna start with my boy Snort Hogan. Let's see what he's got for us today.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, 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 Cody. Snort, snort.
Oh my goodness, that remix right there, Snort. I love it. Keep at it, my man.
Now, last night was Friday Night Fights. Last night I played Street Fighter 6. All right? And not to gloat.
Not to gloat. Phil, you gloat no matter what, so get on with it.
Not to gloat, but allow me to now gloat, since I'm going to gloat. Once again, it appears that absolutely everything that I have hypothesized about Street Fighter 6 is again true.
Again, true to what, Phil? Here we go with another one of your damn conspiracies. You know what? Let me let him continue before I rant off.
All right? So this has now happened 2 streams in a row. All right? First of all, back when I played this on Wednesday night, my hypothesis was that the vast majority of people playing this game at master level are playing cross-platform on PC, and likely they're doing it because they found a way to get an advantage on everybody else.
And what's the problem with that, Phil? What's the problem with people playing the game on PC? I mean, really, if that's the case, you ever thought about getting a PC yourself? Not that 500 piece of crap you got mini PC. That thing can't even play barely anything. And to the person who sent this to Phil, congratulations. You pretty much dumped $500 to a thing that Phil's never gonna use again. You should have thought that through.
So when I was playing on Wednesday night, I actually counted the matches, and it was a whopping 80% of people I played were playing on PC, and it seemed like they weren't having many issues with anything execution. They seemed to instantly be able to react to things that were going on in the game. What? Oh. Oh my god! I can't believe the pattern. It's ridiculous. Wooden block. He gets a level 3 combo now. Wooden block. I broke it. That's it. Done. Nothing I can do about any of it. Completely unearned win yet again. 100% pattern Ken. Can't react to his stuff he's doing because I'm playing at a 90 millisecond connection.
Bullshit, Phil. First and foremost, majority of the matches that you were facing on Wednesday, you actually lost like a chunk of them. And the reason why you lost a good chunk of them, not because, oh, a PC had advantage. Your internet is pretty crappy. There's been quite a few videos where I've seen other clips with people using their characters against yours, and they are literally having a bit of a much easier time. But even they kept saying, "Why is this internet so laggy?" So Phil, blame down your internet.
Well, for me, when I was playing those PC players, it felt like I was underwater. It felt like everything I did had delay, and it was significantly dropping my inputs. All right, so my surmising, my guess was, yeah, for some reason this is an unfair playing field that the pro. I can't believe that hit from that height. Now it's all a pattern. I will neutral jump and hope for bait. Oh, now I will do drive impact because he has no meter. See that? It's literally all a pattern. Everything they do is a flowchart pattern. There's no intelligent thought whatsoever to it. It's remarkable. Flowchart. Still flowcharting. Still flowcharting. Look at this!
Unfair playing field. Okay. Unfair. Really? There's been other streamers that actually PC players playing against consoles, and there are some console gamers that have beaten PC players, Phil. So that whole theory is a load of horse shit.
Pro players of Street Fighter 6 have figured out this advantage, and they're all taking advantage of it. Now, is it necessarily cheating? No, but I would definitely say it's like the ultimate tryhard. Like,
no, you want to say cheating, Phil. You're just trying to reword it, calling it the ultimate tryhard.
so let me get this straight. You're so desperate to look good playing this game online that you all went out and bought gaming PCs to play this game exclusively on PC, so you'd have...
Phil, that is a crock of bullshit. First and foremost, I'm a PC player. No, I don't have Street Fighter, but I bought a PC because I got sick and tired back when I was in Xbox, where each game, not each game, but when they went from Xbox 360 to the Xbox One and all the games you had before, you had to rebuy them all over again. That was the last time I actually had a console, Phil. No, I bought my PC to play other games and games of the past. So no, people who have PCs actually bought Street Fighter, they didn't buy it because of Street Fighter. They bought the PCs because they want to play other games. Or more often, they're sick and tired of playing games on console, so they are strictly PCs. So what you're saying there is a crock of horse shit.
slightly less input delay, better reactions, so you could all stream it full time and make a living doing it and act like you're hot shit because you actually have an...
Well, look who's talking. You sure got... Ooh, Phil. Ooh. D, calm down. You ain't got no room to talk, Phil. Look what you do. 6 days a week, streaming 16 hours a day, trying to make a living, aka pretty much your legacy. You love to beg, so you have no room to talk, Phil.
unfair advantage. But what does he say? He says, oh yeah, rage quitting, when you get one of those players that just, they're losing so badly in a game and, they're getting completely ass whooped and they just can't stop making excuses for their loss. And of course, it's never has to do with them just not being good or, not having skill. It's always an excuse. And then they just rage quit out of the game. Guys like Darkside Phil. It's pretty ridiculous, but this is not the first time I've seen this kind of behavior in the fighting game community. It's always been prominent in the fighting game community, quite frankly. It's that mentality of win at any cost, get ahead with any advantage you can get.
Phil, it's called being competitive. They're trying to be competitive. I thought that's something that you wanted, Phil. What, you want the game to be easy so you can win every match? If that's the case, it would be extremely boring, Phil. You can't have it both ways, Chief. Which way you want it?
Is it illegal? No, it's not against any rules. Capcom made the game cross-platform, all right? And the other thing is, we don't know what the advantage is. Is it literally like a tiny advantage or a huge advantage? I don't know. I don't have that evidence. What I have is evidence that the vast majority of people in Master are playing on PC. Obviously, oh my god. I'm just so tired of this stupid shit. I really am.
Again, what's the problem with that, Phil? Do you have a hate boner? Because right now, I feel like, you're acting like a bit of a console peasant. You're acting like that the way you're talking. Why don't you just come out and say you prefer consoles, Phil? Why don't you just come out and say it? It's just so ridiculous how you come up with every excuse how you're not that good in Street Fighter 6, Phil. You're not that good. You're pretty much average at the best. Average. Really, your true ranking is platinum. That's your true ranking. You should be happy with that, Phil, and stop hating on other people that are much better than you. Not that, Phil. You're 41? Your reaction time is much slower. You're not the same person you was back in the early 2000s, Phil. It's time to accept that.
There's a reason for it. It's not coincidence. Remember, over 50% of the people who bought Street Fighter 6 own it on PlayStation 5, but 80% of the people in Master on PC. Little fishy, don't you think?
No, I'm not fishy at all, Phil. But you know what I find fishy? And I'm still going to say this very day. Originally, you played Street Fighter 6 on Xbox, and you claim that majority of the players are on PlayStation 5, yet here you are come up with another stupid ass theory that, well, a lot of the top tier players are on PC. What, you're going to waste money and buy a PC so you can play the top tier on PC, Phil, when you could easily just enable crossplay to play with them? I mean, it's not that hard. It's not rocket science, Chief. Like, ugh, this guy.
Okay.
Stop digging your mouth, you nasty punk.
So, anyway.
That water tastes so good. Yes, yes, love this good water. I wish it was gin, though. I need more gin.
That being said, last night, I decided to do something a little different. Last night, people demanded.
Ladies and gentlemen, people didn't demand it. They ain't demand none of that stuff. He did it all on his own to try to prove a fake ass theory that's not even true. So when he says people demand or people ask for this, it's a lie. It's really Phil wants to do that. It's his little voices in his head.
If you have issue with crossplay and you think those PC players have an unfair advantage on you, Phil, we challenge you to turn off crossplay and do an entire night of Blanca at the master level, only playing against PS5 players. Turn it off. Anyway, how do I turn off crossplay? I actually don't know how to do it. Crossplay. All right. This is going to be absolutely stupid. Trust me, this is going to be really stupid. I think this is going to suck. And it's not going to add anything, and it's going to just make issues for us. But we can try it regardless if you guys want me to.
Now that I'm thinking about it, ladies and gentlemen, he did that just to, what's the word I'm looking for? Try to make himself like he's a better competitive player. But he was playing majority of PlayStation 5s. And even still then, he did, what, slightly better? But not by much. Maybe a 10% increase. He only won, what, a good 40 to 50% of his matches, while the rest of them, he just got obliterated. If you don't believe me, go ahead and look at Duty Streams. Go and look at Snort Hogan or Memeology. Or better yet, look at Raw Phil and watch how Phil himself made like one or two sets against, let's say, a Chun-Li, but ran up to a Jamie and got his ass completely obliterated. You know? So, no, don't... That's... He did that just so he can make it seem like he looked good, but it's just really pathetic. Because once he turns crossplay back on, those numbers are going to go right back down. He's going to get back to getting owned once again in Master. And by the way, Phil, you got really lucky to even get into Master.
And that way, you're on an equal playing field with everyone else. And I said, all right, if this is really what you guys want, this is what you can have. I'll give you what you want, but I'm going to tell you right now, likely what's going to happen is it's going to be much harder to find matchups because you're really shortening the player pool. Just watch. Watch how long it's going to take to find a match, and then when I get it, watch the connection be terrible. See how much long? It's already taking forever. You see that? This crossplay is off. Let's see how this goes.
No shit, Sherlock Holmes. You literally did that. You disable crossplay so you can play exclusive people on PlayStation. You didn't play PC gamers, you didn't play Xbox gamers. So yeah, it took you longer to find matches.
80% of the players in Master are on PC, and I'm eliminating 80% of the player base. It might take way longer to find matches. In addition, the matches I find may not be of great quality. In fact, they may just be lag fests.
Again, Phil, they're lag fest not because the other person, but because your internet sucks. Again, many of the gamers that fought against you have claimed the same thing, that your internet is crappy. You need to do something about that. And here's the other thing, Phil. When it gets laggy, there's not much you can do about it.
Okay? So, I went ahead and I did it. I turned off crossplay. And last night, for 2 hours, I played only PlayStation 5 players. And here's the results. Ladies and gentlemen, my winningest stream in a while at the...
I'm certainly sure he's about to bloat this yet again.
The master level. 32 wins, 20 losses, 62% win-loss ratio.
That is a fat-ass lie. It's much lower than that, Phil. Just stop it. Just stop. It's way lower than that. You actually lost a good chunk of it. Again, you did a little bit better, like I said, 5 to 10% increase because you disable crossplay and you was playing mostly PlayStation gamers.
And yes, there were some matches where I had it won and my execution was off or the game dropped my inputs. So in reality,
Again, I'm not even gonna repeat the incident part, but that's one part. The other problem is, Phil, when I watch majority of your gameplay, when you start getting on, you panic and mess up your own input.
probably it should have been like maybe like 36 to like 16. But there was some
No. It should be more like, let's say, 20 to 40. I'm just throwing it out there. And yeah, 20 wins, 40 losses, Phil. That's how I see it.
goofs there, goof ups, okay? 62% win-loss ratio. I actually gained over 100 master ranking points in one 2-hour night session, okay? Then I ended up losing 30 at the end. Admittedly, I should have just ended at 9:15, but I was like, oh, I just want one more match. I just want one more match. And I kept
You should have, Phil. You should have. But no, you kept going because it wasn't because I want to get one more match. You're like, I need to get more tips. I need to get more money. What else can I do? I got to push you a little bit longer, Phil. There's been plenty of times where you went beyond 9 p.m. your time to almost, what, let's say midnight to 1 in the morning. And I thought, and that's where again, a majority of us are thinking, allegedly, you and Kat are getting divorced because I thought by usually 9:30, you're ready to go, ready to get off straight and spend time with your wife, Phil. But you've been doing this for the past, what now? 3 weeks? 3 weeks? 12, 1 in the morning? Yeah, explain that one, Phil.
going, and I ended up losing like 30 ranking points at the end. So overall, I ended up at like 1,505 ranking points or something like that. So I'm finally back to square one from all those points I lost starting off on Master and having completely unfair matches against PC players that there was nothing I could do. They were going to dominate me because I can't even react to what they're doing.
Again, Phil, you couldn't react to what they were doing because your reaction time is much slower. I'm getting really sick and tired of repeating that, Phil. This is going to be the last time I say it. You're older, Phil. Your reaction time is slower, okay? Not only that, again, your internet is laggy as hell. You need to get that fixed, okay? Get it fixed ASAP so you can actually have better performance. All right?
I finally got back to that, okay? So basically, once again, I was correct. What I said was if I'm on an equal playing field with the people at Master, I'm likely going to do better. Not only did I do better, that's one of the best streams I've done.
Yeah, I will agree with you on that one. It was one of the better streams, even though you was still, raging, which is always hilarious. So yeah, it was one of your better streams, but that's just about it, Phil. Not much by else.
Okay? That's better than streams I had when I was playing in Diamond. All right? That's great. And if I can keep that momentum up, if I can keep playing at that level, that means I'm actually going to rank up in Master. You understand? That actually means I could get into a higher ranked echelon of Master players.
Higher ranked echelon of Master players. Phil, you're in Master. That's it. There's been plenty of times where you play players in Master that are better than you, and you got owned, okay?
Now, here's the catch-22 of that. I'm not going to play any pro players because most of the pro players are playing on PC. So as I get up the rankings in Master, sadly, I'm never going to see the top. You're never going to see me face Snake Eyes. I'm never going to face Justin Wong.
Oh, you will. What's going to happen is you get owned and they leave and not try to match with you again, Phil. So stop that lie.
I'm not going to face those people. They're all playing on PC. So I will never, as long as I leave crossplay off, I'll have the equal playing field, the equal, situation, and likely I'll do much better, but then I'm going to never play the notable players.
Phil, I would not recommend you keeping crossplay off because guess what? If you keep it off, you just go to face PlayStation gamers win majority of the times, and it's gonna get very boring. Put crossplay back on so you could have a much more competitive field, not a level field, competitive field. So that way you get owned by not just PlayStation guys, but Xbox guys and PC guys. That to me is much more funnier than you just winning so much on PlayStation and Street Fighter.
So what's the better option? Turn on crossplay, lose endlessly because people on PC have a better experience than you, can react faster than you, and don't have as many dropped inputs as you.
Yes, like I said, turn it on, Phil. It's going to be a lot funnier.
Or turn it off and have a limited player pool and continue to rank but never play the best players. You tell me. Either one is a shitty situation in my opinion. I don't think either one of those are valid. I think that Capcom fucked this up.
Yeah, their ranking's not the best, Phil. I will agree with you on that. Even I've seen it with my own visor, for crying out loud. But again, Phil, I thought you want to be competitive. I thought you was feeling them days. So which way you want it, Chief? You can't have it both ways. You got to pick one or the other.
I think that it shouldn't be such an unfair playing field. Honestly, it shouldn't be.
You are certainly staring hard at your chat. What? Somebody send you money or somebody cracking jokes you started? Because it looks actually no better than not. There isn't somebody sending you money. Probably somebody in your chat over here just cracking jokes, whatever. You look at hard at them. You're trying to figure out, say one more thing and get ready to ban them. That's what you're doing, Phil.
I just think it's dumb that I have to make these kind of decisions when I stream a fucking fighting game. Back in the day, this didn't happen. Why? There was no crossplay. So you bought it on Xbox, you're playing Xbox players, and everyone's on the equal level. You play it on PS3, everyone's playing on PS3. Or, for the few fighting games that used to have PC ports, you're playing on PC, everyone has the equal experience.
Phil, the reason why they did crossplay was during the pandemic. They really couldn't get too many other consoles out. Any more advanced consoles. Well, no, yes, it did. Sony ended up making, what was it, the PlayStation 5, and then Xbox came up with the Xbox One and the X. But anyways, they did crossplay to have other people to play with each other, both on consoles and on PC. So that's why you have crossplay, Phil. It's much more easier that way.
There shouldn't be differences between experiences. All right? That's stupid. That's incredibly dumb. And I feel like they need to fix this. They need to make it so that I don't want them to make PC run worse. I want them to make the consoles run better.
What, for you, Phil? They work fine. They work absolutely fine. There's been plenty of other gamers who've been playing on console and doing extremely well, Phil. It's just you complaining about that.
Seriously. And I think they could. They could figure it out, but it would take a lot of effort. And I don't think they really care about that effort. I think what they care about now is designing new characters to pump out DLC and make more money.
Duh, genius. That's what they're trying to do. Number one. Number two, unless a vast majority of the community is saying, hey, there's a problem with the ranking, fix it. If it's just you, Phil, they're not going to listen to you compared to the thousands and thousands of gamers that are playing this game, Phil. You're just one out of, again, thousands upon thousands. Man, I may even go far millions of people on this planet playing this game. You're just a little tiny fish in a very, very, not even a big pond. You're a tiny fish in a big ocean. Okay, Phil?
Rather than make the game run better overall. So, I guess we'll see what happens. Seriously, I guess we'll find out. But I was very pleased with how things went last night. Once again, 2 streams in a row. My things that I'm saying about this game were 100% proven by evidence.
Yeah, in your own little world, Phil, in your own little universe, it may prove that your theory is correct in your mind, but in actuality, it doesn't. It just makes you look how crazy and insane you are.
You know, I proved that the vast majority of people are playing on PC, so they must have some kind of an advantage. Why else would that be? And then when I eliminate the PC players, I go on streaks.
Phil, when you disable crossplay, it's not only just PC are out of the picture, Xbox are out of the picture too. You're just playing exclusively on PlayStation Network.
I'm kicking everyone's ass, you know, in online master matches. Now, admittedly, there were some people who kicked my ass. There was a Blanca player who was actually quite tricky, and I actually really enjoyed playing against them, even though I got frustrated. A Blanca mirror. I tried to parry. I don't have super. I tried to parry with no bar. That's not going to work. Well, that was a good mix-up. That's not what I did. Oh, I got robbed. I did up ball. Are you kidding? I'm done. Sucks because I did up ball and didn't come out, and that was it. I would have had the advantage if up ball had come out and it dropped. In the heat
Oh no, he did get very frustrated, ladies and gentlemen. That was quite hilarious. I actually thought he figured a way to get figure out how to beat that Blanca play, but he didn't. And I found that pretty funny, Phil. You've been playing with Blanca since what, the summer? I thought by now you figure out his advantage and disadvantage and limitations to get around that to beat somebody else in a mirror match. But you lost. You lost. So that tells me straight up once again that you really don't understand how to play Blanca, other than just spam the same things over and over, do that same pattern. And once the other guy figured that out, that's how you got owned. And that's your problem, Phil. When you spam the same movesets over and over and over, once the other player figured it out, that's how you get countered, put into the corner, and get dominated.
of the moment, I'll get frustrated and I'll say things. Spam move, and they all hit me. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking scrub, dude. Fucking. And then after the fact, when I go back and I watch the match or I think about it, I don't mean it. And I want to apologize to 2 players from last night. I would like to personally apologize. I don't remember their names. There was the Blanca player and there was a Marisa player. Wow, okay. No, I can't get anything. Literally none of my moves will come out. 0 moves will come out right now. This is absolutely ridiculous. What the fuck? I can't, dude. It dropped move after move after move in a row. It wouldn't allow me to do any of my fucking moves at all. She literally won to me not getting any moves. Not a single. I didn't even request rematch when I pressed it. What the fuck? There was a Marisa player last.
Yeah, that's a half-ass apology, Phil, because you kept saying that all they spam, unearned wins. You didn't just say that to only them, but pretty much everybody else, Phil. So that little apology you're giving out, I'm calling bullshit on that. It's half-baked.
Last night that got my fucking goat. I could not beat this person. One match I whooped their ass. All right. And
one match you did, but the majority of the times of the sets you lost. Okay, you actually lost this person. What? Out of the sets, what? 3 out of 2 sets. I want to say 3. Actually, no, all 3 sets you lost. Maybe it was more than that, but regardless of that, Phil, you lost that Blanca all 3 sets. You only won 1 round. That's it, Phil. That's it.
And after that, I swear to God, that player was, every hit was a perfect counter hit. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Every hit is a perfect counter hit to everything I'm doing. And I would like to play that Marisa more. But the thing is, in the heat of the moment, I got so heated, I started, doing my usual insulting bullshit,
Oh, so you're actually aware of what you're saying, Phil. So why have you stopped that? Why have you said, you know what? I gotta stop raging like this, Phil. So you are aware of that. That's really interesting, Phil. Please continue.
I think the player was actually quite good. Now I go back and I think about the match and I'm like, that person knew that when I did a medium punch Blanca ball from full screen, they visually identified the medium punch Blanca ball, knew it was going to stop a tiny bit in front of them, waited for the Blanca ball to land in front of me.
Wow. So you actually realize that you're spamming too much and they'll, again, learn how to counter you, Phil. Really? Maybe you should also go back and realize, you know what? I gotta do better with Blanca. I gotta stop spamming and come up with other strategies with this character, so that way this doesn't happen to me again, and I can become a better player, Phil. Will you do that? No. You come with the excuse of, oh, I forgot how to do this, I'm a little rusty. Like, how do you forget to do the character, Phil? How? Just how? It's only one day, you forget to do them already? Gosh, you're just so pathetic.
And then pressed medium punch twice to do a 70% combo. And I'm like, so either they're the luckiest person on the planet, or they actually are really good,
Exactly. You just said it right there. The latter part. They're really good, Phil. Okay, they're really good. Give them their flowers, Phil. Give them their flowers. They're really good.
But that's the thing, like in the heat of the moment, you just keep thinking, that's the luckiest person on the planet, right? But then after the fact, I think about it, I'm like, no, actually, I think they're actually pretty good.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, let's go back and hit a little bit in time. Not with Phil, but with your boy Vanguard. There's a game called SWTOR, Star Wars: The Old Republic, not KOTOR, Star Wars: The Old Republic that used to be owned by Bioware, now is owned by, I believe, what, Broadsword, Longsword. I could be wrong. Anyways, back in the day, I used to be a very competitive multiplayer in that game, using pretty much my main was a Jedi Guardian focus build, and there's been plenty of times where I've beaten people and people have beaten me, and I congratulate them because guess what? They figure out a way to beat me in that game. They figure out how to counter when I'm doing my rotation and stuff, when I'm trying to pretty much hit with my hardest strike. They figure out. I didn't rage. I didn't bitch moan. I was like, you know what? You beat me. You did way better. Phil still will not give people their flowers when he gets beat in Street Fighter. Other than, what was it, Nephew and Snake Eyes? But that's just about it because they're known people. Other than that, anybody else that beats him and really don't spam against him, he's always saying it's spam tactics. It's earned wins, Phil. Like, no, Phil. They beat you fair and square. Give them their flowers and stop being a sore loser and a sorry ass winner too at that.
And they were reading me and they were learning because the first match I did kick their ass, right? And then after that, all of us.
Actually, Phil, they let you kick their ass so you could actually have a feel good moment before they completely go ham on you. There's been plenty of times I've seen that with many of the streamers where like, you know what? Let's Phil have this round, and then they come back and beat you. Okay? They actually are trying to be somewhat nice. Me, if I were to get into Street Fighter, and let's say I become decent, if I ever would match get you, I would not even give you one round win. I will dominate you completely if I really wanted to, but I'm just not interested in Street Fighter.
All of a sudden, it's like everything was perfect adaptation to what I was doing. And I was like, oh shit, this is what I got to get used to at this master level. I've never encountered this before. When you're
no, Phil, you have encountered it plenty of times. Okay, you have encountered this from back in Platinum, Diamond, all the way up to Master. Okay, you have. It's just that it took you this long to figure this out now. Like, no, you've been encountering this, Phil. You know what? Nah, let me not say it. Let me not say it. Continue, Phil.
grinding through Diamond against every shitty ass pattern player out there. You're not used to people actually knowing how to counter what you're doing and stuff. And now I got to get used to that. And that Blanca player was tricky. That Blanca player had some really tricky things to catch you in the corner. Expect you to try to get out, and then nope, catch you right back in the corner. And I liked that.
That's your favorite part, Phil, being stuck in the corner. Not just the Blanca, but there's some plenty of Ken players that put you in the corner, plenty of real players that put you in the corner, plenty of Gaius that put you in the corner, Phil. And matter of fact, JP, I can continue on, Phil, but this has been plenty of people that put you in the corner, Phil.
That about the Blanca player. So I actually played a couple really interesting, good players, and the good part was it was fair. Because I was playing against PS5 against PS5. It wasn't, oh, I'm playing a PC player, and this person just, everything they do counter hits, and none of my moves come out, and I have no chance to react, because if I feel like I'm in slow-mo, but they're, you know.
This guy. The excuses he comes up with is just ridiculous. Phil, I'm going to say this one last time. Matter of fact, maybe I'm saying it too fast. Allow me to say it slow so that way you can understand. Phil, it's not the other gamer. It's you. You are not that good. You're average to above average, slightly. And that's just about it, Phil. Accept that. You're not who you once were, Phil. Just accept it. Stop with the pathetic excuses and move on. You need to stop. And you know what else, Phil? You really need to take a break. Before I said my last video, make Street Fighter 6 your main playthrough, your main thing for all your streams. But then I realized, you know what? Nah, because you need to take a step back. You need to take a break and realize, you know what? I'm not that good. I need to step back, accept the fact that I'm an average gamer, and you'll be all right, Phil. You'll be all right. Okay? And that's the last time I'm saying that.
That was good. Those were good matches. I like those. I want more matches like that. And I feel like at master level, if I keep grinding away, I will get those matches. You know, but the trick is, I guess I have to turn off crossplay to get those matches. because I'm not going to have fun playing a top player who has insane advantage on me.
Phil, the fun of facing a top player is losing, but rewatch and learn the mistakes you made and learn how to counter that player next time. That's the fun. You take that away, Phil. You're gonna win. Yeah, you're gonna win a good chunk of your matches, but it's going to be boring because you're going to be doing the same pattern. You're not going to improve as a player. You need crossplay on so you can match those top players so you can learn better. What you're about to do is, well, you know what, Phil? Forget all I said about that. Do what you want to do, Phil. You want to go down that road. You want to leave crossplay off and play exclusively on PlayStation. Be my guest, but I guarantee you what's going to happen after that is majority of your dents could be begging for you to turn it on, and if you don't, they're like, well, why should I keep coming to the stream if all you gotta do is win all the time? We want you to fight other competitive players so that way you can lose and we can laugh at.
That's not fun at all. It's like, not only is it the uphill climb of this person is insanely good, plays the shit out of this game, but now also everything I do is slow and has a chance to not come out. Like, what the fuck is going on? So, moving forward.
Yes, let's hear what you're about to move forward on, Phil.
What will I do? I don't know yet. But I would like to maybe continue to play some matches only crossplay off and see how that goes. Honestly, yes, I want to play more Blanca, but I would like to actually switch to Lily as well. Honda now, I'm kind of rusty with. But recently I've played...
You just proved my theory. For some strange well, not theory, but you prove another point, Phil. For some strange reason, when you don't play a character, just for like 1 or 2 days, you act like you seem to be rusty. I don't get it, Phil. Let's say you don't play blocker for 1 day and you come back in 2 days later. You seem to forget the rotation, the patterns, all that stuff. Same thing with Honda, same thing with Lily. And why would you want to use Lily? She, from what I understand, is bottom tier. You're going to lose way too often with her, Phil. Why don't you stick with Blanca, stick with Honda, and you'll be all right.
With Lily, Blanca I think is the character I played the most with. I think I want to go back to Lily for a little bit, just for variety's sake. To say, hey, let's mix it up so it's not always Blanca that I'm playing with. So I think I might do that as well moving forward. Now you might say, well, when are you playing again? That I can't answer. Because as you're going to see, now we're going to head into the schedule segment of the podcast. This week is crazy. I don't know.
What do you mean moving forward, you're not sure? Phil, you're at home. You don't have a 9-to-5 job. I said this before in my last video, you don't have a job. You stream 16 hours a day. So how you can't fit that in your schedule, it boggles my mind, Phil. It makes no sense. You're not doing anything. The only person that actually has a job in your house is Kat. It's Kat. She's the only one that has a job. He has a part-time job, but she has a job. You don't have one, Phil. Other than stream on YouTube. That's just about it. I have a job. I have a 7 to 3:30 job, Phil. So I don't get the chance to really do too many videos on you because that takes part. And there's times where I'll work from 7 to 9, maybe 7 to 11, Phil. But I do this part-time. You, on the other hand, Phil, you act like YouTube's your main job. Yes, it's your main source of income, but you act like you can't do nothing else for it. You act like you can't add any other game in your schedule. You're not that busy, Phil. You're not that busy. You're not doing anything other than play games. That's it. That's like the easiest thing to do, Phil. Oh God, Phil, sometimes you make my head hurt. Let's continue.
Know how much progress I'm going to make in the games I'm trying to finish, and because of that, I can't answer when I'm playing Street Fighter again. I can tell you this, I'm absolutely playing Street Fighter 6 one more time this week, if not twice, but I don't know what nights yet. I got the drip go. I got the drip.
Thank God for this song. It helps to soothe my mind now.
Go. I got the drip 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 go. Can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear. Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.
Oh, goodness gracious. Phil. as again, ladies and gentlemen, this is who Phil is. He'll come up with every excuse of why this is happening in Street Fighter, why I'm not this, why it's not my fault, I do everything right, Phil. Like, no, he has yet to realize it's him. He has problems that he needs to fix in that game on his side, but he'll never do it. He'll continue to act like this, what I like to call this fake ass science that figure out, fake ass science that has figured out the answer to all his problems, when really it's your side. It's not the other person, it's not crossplay, it's not PC, it's you, Phil. But anyways, this video is long enough, ladies and gentlemen. I'm signing out. I gotta get back to it to protect the planet from any more of the Crimson, well, not the Crimson Fleet, but y'all know what I mean. I gotta go make sure you guys okay. I gotta make sure you guys okay and good. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.